We're all living in America, America ist wunderbar. We're all living in America, America, America. We're all living in America, America ist wunderbar. We're all living in America, America, America. Wenn getanzt wird, will ich führen, auch wenn ihr euch alleine dreht. Lasst euch ein wenig kontrollieren. Ich zeige euch, wie's richtig geht.
This one's for you, wunderbar.
Wir einen lieben Reigen. Die Freiheit spielt auf allen Geigen. Musik kommt aus dem Weißen Haus. Und vor Paris steht Mickey Mouse. We're all living in America, America ist wunderbar. We're all living in America, America, America. Ich kenne Schritte dieser nützen und werde euch vor Fehltritt schützen. Und wer nicht tanzen will am Schluss, weiß noch nicht, dass tanzen muss. Wir bilden einen lieben Reigen. Ich werde euch die Richtung zeigen. Nach Afrika kommt Santa Claus. Und vor Paris steht Mickey Mouse. We're all living in America, America ist wunderbar. We're all living in America, America, America. We're all living in America. Coca-Cola, wunderbar. We're all living in America, America, America. This is not a love song. This is not a love song. I don't sing my mother's tongue. No, this is not a love song. We're all living in America, America ist wunderbar. We're all living in America, America, America. We're all living in America. Coca-Cola, sometimes war. We're all living in America, America, America.
Can say again, please.
Hey, Houston, we've had a problem here.
This week I think is going to be pretty big. I would be looking for, so I'm I'm not concerned per se, but I do think that perhaps we see just a nice liquidation flush this week. It is possible. I think this is kind of what we are looking at on this. A little bit of a Wyckoff reaccumulation schematic. Let me see if I've got it up right here. So I'm kind of looking at something like this. We do have this little creek going on here. So, and I think maybe we get that one final push down on price. A little bit of a creek here. Get that final push down. Get the reversal maybe midweek or by Friday and start trending in the upwards direction come Friday. Then we can get some kind of sign of strength. Do I have this all built out on some? I thought I had it built out on some. Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing? I'm doing great. Oh, yeah. How's it going? What's going on, guys? Guess what? I got my bull shirt. I got my bull shirt on. Not feeding you in bull shirts. What is going on, everybody? It is Sunday, June 30th, 2024 at 10:07 a.m. Central Standard Time. How's everybody doing? Hello to chat. Hello, Wunderbar. And hello, Army Piper. Big sell-off on KAS, says Piper right now. Made a new all-time high, and KRC20 meme coin launch failed on the network this morning. Oof. Well, yeah. I don't know. That sucks. Haven't looked at KAS. I've only been looking at the Bitcoin. Yo, Justin Eubanks. Thank you for being here. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Welcome to Lunar Beach Crypto. We ride the waves of the crypto market all the way to the moon. It is another swim edition Sunday workshop interpreting markets. That is what we try to do here on Sundays. I go into a little spiel, and then after my little spiel, I'll go to the Discord and see if anybody wants to come on and have a chat, share some charts, do whatever they want, except for, anything against TOS. But yeah, well, pull up the chart. I'm gonna get to it. My guy. Fine. Sheesh. Piper's out here barking orders at me. What's going on, brother? How you doing? Oh, yeah. Big sell-off. Big sell-off. Barely squeaked above that high, and then pulled right back down. That is actually not a good sign. It can recover, but that is this is what we in the trading industry call an SFP, aka a swing failure pattern, where you fail to break, or you fail to, well, you break it, but you fail to maintain it. You break above it, and then you immediately reject and have a nice large engulfing candle here. So that is not what you would want to see per se. But so what's going on with the meme coins? Meme coin launch failed on the network this morning. So what is the meme coin failing on KAS? How does that have an effect on the KASPA price, Piper? That's what I want to know. I'm lurking at Home Depot getting materials, heading to shop to build some BS to sell for Bitcoin. It's funny. I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, I need to give me I need to do something. I need to build stuff to sell it to get more crypto. That's the goal, right? So just build stuff, provide a service to somebody, do something, right? All right. Let's go ahead and throw on the Market Oracle Pro, see what this is looking like over here. We are above the trend assist and the dynamic reactor on the 4 hour. What's it looking like on the daily? Still well above these on the daily as well. So, yeah, I mean, this is a swing failure pattern, especially if this ends up closing down here. It's not what you would want to see. What am I hearing in my headphones? Don't forget, guys, in Swim, you can come over here to the Lunar Beaches Crypto Discord. Come over here to Swim. Okay, just scroll down to voice channels, go to Swim, and hop on in here. And there we go. And then you hop in, and we can chat. So, all right, let's get rid of something real quick. I need to change this wick right here so that all my wicks are white. It's easier to see, easier on the eyes. So yeah, we can see we're having a nice sell-off here on the KASPO. Let's go ahead and pull up a fixed range volume profile of this range. Let's get in a little bit more. Let's get this whole thing in here. Falling back into the value area, trying to get some support here on the point of control. And yeah, I mean, if it loses this point of control, we get a close below that. We could see it come down here to this next level of support, I would say, right about here at 16.4, 0.164. Maybe that that dynamic reactor could come up here a little bit and give it a little bit of support. But if not, we could follow it through. But now we do see there's not a whole lot of like divots in here, right? There's not a lot of space in here. So this should hold up. This should hold up. I don't see a lot of space for this to travel to except for maybe right here at about 17 cents, we'll call it. But this is a lot of stuff for it to have to break through. So not sounding any alarm bells just yet on KASPA. But this is obviously looking like a swing failure pattern. So just be really need some more price action to develop. Because if this comes in here and this builds out a fair value gap, this pushes down on the next candle. This is a 4-hour, so this pushes down even further on a 4-hour candle, and then you get another candle come up into this fair value gap, and then it reverses. Then that's it's no bueno. I could definitely see that something like that playing out in here. Did someone join the swim? No. Okay, I thought I heard something. So yeah, KASPA's just a little dumpsky, but yeah. What'd you say, Piper? They were launching 5 meme coins today on KRC20 network, and people were not able to mint due to congestion. Oh, TPS was like 2. Only 2 transactions per second. That's kind of crazy. So that's look at it. It's like recovering. Let's drop down to a smaller time frame. Let's drop down to the 5-minute. So I would want to see. I mean, this thing would need to reverse pretty quickly. Was there any indication that we could see? So we came down and took out this low. Got the swing failure. Let's go to the 15. Don't really like going below anything. Going below 15 on any alts. So yeah. Nice big wick. Big wick energy in here. What else can we look at? We can look at the Market Dynamics Pro. Did have a soft order block here, trying to hold us up on support. All we have is this support right here. So we came down and we swept lows. That's what it looks like. Came down, swept low. So it's reaching for that liquidity to the downside. Don't really like how this is looking right now. I need to ultra zoom out. Let's go to the daily. So I had this level marked off. That's the second time we've swept above and gotten a rejection. So this is obviously a heavy resistance level up here. It is bouncing a little bit. If this candle can close, this is the daily. Let's go to the 4 hour again. If this candle can close back above the value area, then it might be okay. Like I said, there was a lot of volume right here, and there's not really a whole lot of space over here for price to travel through. There's a ton of volume in this area. That doesn't mean it can't travel through it. I'm just saying that if this thing does close above the value area on the 4 hour, it's looking okay. It's not over yet. Looks like it might just be a liquidity sweep. But yeah, I mean, we do have the equal lows down here, so that is something that I would have expected it to come down and take out if it was to come down. So that's not really surprising. Just from a price standpoint, I know it's got news attached to it, but we do have the equal lows here, so it's not really surprising that it would come down and sweep those. So yeah, Casper got that big wick energy. Seymour Liddy, what's going on? Girlies love crypto. Okay. Oh my goodness. Come see why KAS is dumping on Lunar Beach. Yeah, so I mean, if we've got some congestion on meme coins, yeah, I mean, I could see, but what? Just because you have congestion and just because they were not able to mint due to congestion, transactions per second was like 2. But what about that causes price? Is it just people all of a sudden losing faith in Caspa? Like, what? I just don't understand what that has to do with price, with the price of Caspa. That's basically what I'm thinking. It's like, what the heck? I don't understand. What is causing it? What is actually causing it to dump? Is it? I guess it's sentiment. It's got to be sentiment, right? It's got to be, oh no, I got to get out of this Caspa. It's congested. I mean, people still love Solana, and it gets shut down all the time. I mean, I guess Caspa is still going, right? It's just congested. So, yeah. Happy Sunday, Jonathan Schaefer, the Schaefmeister. How you doing, buddy? Good morning, crypto fam. Good morning to you, brother. Good morning to you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming in and saying hey to everybody. Let's go ahead and throw up a Prime Oscillator Pro. Take a look at that. We do have Army Piper in the house, so we got to be looking at that chart Prime, right? Correct. You just nailed it. Exactly. Thank you. Yeah, so, So we do have, these bearish divergences coming in here. The Prime Oscillator Pro, the trend ribbon has been hitting its head, coming down into the right, as price has been moving up and to the right. So that is a bearish divergence. We get a sell-off. That's what happens. So, but we are still above the 0 line. I don't know why mine's not showing, but we're still above the 0 line. Let me go ahead and throw on my coordinates. The 0. There we go. So still above the 0 line, but we do have, what do y'all call it? That goose head, kind of poking down below the 95 percentile level. So yeah, and yeah, it's a little bit further dropping. So seems like people have lost a little bit of confidence in Caspa. So yeah, maybe we'll maybe Caspa's just not ready yet. We'll have to wait and see. I don't really like the way that it looks because we did get that swing failure pattern. So, I mean, it's got to come back up and it's got to recover this quickly. If it doesn't, then we could see some just chop for Caspa for a little while. A little down action, you know. A little down action never hurt anybody. Maybe another ABC correction, right? Come back down, test the bottom of the range, just like Bitcoin just did, right? It's just traveling behind Bitcoin. It's just doing, it's doing its own little thing. We had an ABC correction here, right? Little ABC correction. Nah, this is kind of more like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This could be a 3, 5, 3, where we get in 3 waves to the downside, 5 waves to the upside, 3 waves to the downside. This is just a corrective pattern. So this is just one big consolidation range, possibly. And we could see Caspa do some further consolidation. Maybe it doesn't come down this low and it just creates, well, no, that wouldn't be a head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders, because this high. If it would have stopped right there, if it all would have stopped right there and we didn't have these breaks above the highs here, then maybe it would have been a inverse head and shoulders. People probably selling. I think Mexi isn't allowing withdrawals on network. Ooh, that's not good. Lunar, how you feel on INJ? Hey, folks, happy weekend. Hello, Raquinos. Happy weekend to you, friend. All right. So, yeah, Caspa, I would just, I wouldn't be, like, selling or anything, but it's because of some congestion. But it does have that swing failure pattern. We do have a high order block down here at about 15.6, 0.156 cents. We do have a little bit of, also, this is the daily, so just like the 4 hour, we have a bearish divergence. On the daily, we're starting to form a bearish divergence. We have the reversal signals, your peak seekers coming in here. So, I mean, it's looking pretty bearish for the Caspa, for a little bearish for the Caspa. So probably some sideways chop and down, sideways down chop, maybe a little bit longer consolidation for Caspa. I mean, it is what it is. I wouldn't say it's over for Caspa yet. Just be patient, and we'll see. Lose this low here, and that's probably a problem. I hear someone. Army Piper. Hello, sir. Yo, let me turn on. Yeah, I can hear you. Cool. I can hear you. Let me make sure everybody else can hear you. Turn you up a little bit. There we go. So what you thinking, brother?
I'm just sitting here watching this price action, man. It's a little crazy, but yeah, they had a transaction issue this morning on launching those meme coins, and it did not do well. So,
yeah, I mean it happens. It's a meme coin. Do you want to go over what you're thinking? You want to share charts?
Yeah, I'm going to share it in just a second. Yep. 1 second.
Cool.
Just getting up here so I can see the broadcast on my screen over here, and I got my setup here. So
yeah, man, for sure. I got
there
you.
We go.
I got you full screen, so we can do this just right.
All right, let's go.
All right, let me go to watch stream. There we go.
Nope, I got to switch the source. There we go. Bam. Yeah, so here's what I'm seeing on Caspa, man. It's we got this rejection from the previous all-time high here. You can see here we had an all-time high back here on June 5th, around there, and I had this as a resistance box, little T box up here. We actually pushed into, we got a little bit of rejection there off of it, and then actually pushed up and through, and then broke this phase 10 golden pocket here, because I've got extensions of the 618, over and over and over. And right now, where you hit that value area low, based on where you were pulling it from, or the value area high, I mean, is where actually the phase 9 golden pocket is at 17.8 cents. So I'm watching that closely here, but I will point out that we do have indication of overbought, and then we were getting some pretty small candles on RSI primed. I mean, they weren't like drastically small, but you can see in comparison to the first couple before it, that these were really big, and then they started getting small before we actually hit that level 2. So don't know if this is, just a combination of confluence between the network congestion this morning on the launch of those meme coins on the KRC20, and then on top of that, you broke an all-time high. A lot of people had sell. Let's set up a sell there and then take profit. Obviously, if you've been in for a while, it might be a good take profit, and then also hitting a major level of golden pocket extension resistance. So, but as of right now, phase 9 is holding on the golden pocket. So
beautiful breakdown. Guys,
thanks.
check
Just
Sol,
watching it
please.
closely, man.
Yeah, I don't watch Caspo a lot, so you tend to know. I guess it's a price section, probably a little better than I do.
I do. And this was absolutely odd for it to turn around like that. So I'm trying to find you over here on my television too, so I can see the broadcast. But hey,
it's all good. KAS to 0.163 is NBD, even 0.154. This is Dave Digital saying this. So this is just a local 0.786 retest for now on KAS, says Dave Digital. He just did a withdrawal from MEXC to Blowfin.
Yeah, I'm looking here at his chat.
So who was it? You that said? Oh, people probably selling. I think MEXC isn't allowing withdrawals on network. Oh, that's probably why he said that. I just did a withdrawal from MEXC to Blowfin. Okay, that'd be weird if they didn't.
I have mine on a Tangent wallet, because you can do swaps in there, and I set mine up and just swapped it over to Bitcoin until this settles out, and then I'll move it all back over into KAS. So protect those profits that I made on there already, so
for sure.
Because our community, we were buying Caspa at 4.5 cents. So
yeah, it's done a little work since then, huh? It's done a little work.
Yeah, well, you try to protect some of those profits,
Got to. You got to protect them. Let's see. What do you think about? Let's just go to Bitcoin. What are you thinking about Bitcoin, man?
Give me 1 second. I'm going to switch over to another camera here, because I'm got a camera over here, but I'm looking at my chart here. So let me help you with that. Let me vert cam. There we go. And I should be able to run this over to my other camera.
Blackie Chan, what's going on, my man? BC Port Corp. Caspian Wallet is good too. Caspian Wallet. Okay. Yeah, BTC short term will go to 63,150 and more intermediate term going to 66,700, says Jonathan Schaefer. Hello, happy Sunday, Melissa. One love. How you doing? All right. Bitcoin.
So here's what I'm looking at on Bitcoin right now. Let me bring over my fixed range volume profile, bring it into focus here. There we go. So we have gotten all of this support, local support recently here on the value area low of this pull for fixed range volume profile starting back in January when we hit that bottom, post ETF launch. So from that point to current, the value area low is what we're getting our support on right now. I've been watching that closely for it to try to retake. There's a couple of things going on here. First off, because not everybody that's in here watches Piper Academy. So let me go ahead and turn off a couple of things. Turn off that low to high, and let's turn off that fixed range volume profile for now. And you'll see in here that we're in this channel, this falling channel that we've been in here, and this 50% line. is significant on top of this yellow EMA. This is the 100-day exponential moving average. And if we pull those in and look here, you can see that that was the resistance point where we retested here. Once we broke that, and that 50% line of that falling channel gave a perfect, I mean, I can go in here and you see it is absolutely flawless on the rejection of that 50 there. So I'm watching for us to come back up to retest. And we've got the two things. We've got the 4-hour dynamic reactor coming in line with that exponential moving average. I'm looking for a retest of about 63,800 and see if we get a rejection on that point. Because if we do, then it's going to look something like this, and most likely going to be heading down to the 200-day moving average and the bottom of that channel. Now, as long as we don't break that channel, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that pullback move. Well, I guess you can't negotiate with the chart, so I'm fine either way. But I'm looking at that about $57,000 to $58,000 for that test line on the bottom of that falling channel there. So now when we bring back in to show you some other levels that are significant there, is it the local fib? Yep, the local fib here. We do have a platinum pocket that we did test the 786 on, and this is a local pull from the bottom here on May 1st to the top that we had here on actually to the top that we had here on 20 May. So that 20 May pull from that bottom there, if you look at what we had there, we had almost a perfect wick touch on the 887 of the platinum pocket, and then we're now got here recently another test there on that 786, and we're hitting that golden pocket. So we've got to get back up through that, because you can see that 618 has played massive resistance levels in the past 2 days. So
Yep,
that's what I'm watching there. Just watching this flag, watching this bearish pivot down here.
look at all that consolidation on below the zero line on the Prime Oscillator Pro. Get a breakout on that, and it can really get going.
It could take off. That's why I said I'm watching that level there of about that 63,800 level for sure. So
absolutely, heck yeah, man. Well, how you been? I've been
good, bro. I haven't been on for a while with you, so
I know it's been a while.
See how my boy had to come see how my boy was doing,
I'm doing all right. I got my bull shirt on. I'm just ready to I'm ready for this thing to turn around on Bitcoin. I think altcoins are gonna take a little backseat to Bitcoins here very, very soon. So I think it's about to be the Bitcoin show. There you go. Make yourself a little bigger.
My own setups, man.
There you go. So yeah, I don't know, man. I don't want to say, it's difficult to say the bottom is in before you even get a confirmation on the bottom being in. But I just see, I've seen a lot of things happen at the exact same time. We have the Wyckoff reaccumulation on your total 3, your altcoin market, hit the spring at the exact same time that Bitcoin hit its spring level. Let me go over here to this chart. So I was looking for this right here. I was looking for that breakdown, and when we came down, had that little spring down, pushed down, and then recovered. And now I'm just looking for us to come back up and break those 2 highs that you were pointing out. Right there, right at about 64.5, essentially 64.5, 64.6, probably depends on the exchange, just how different that price level is, but it's about the same. 64.5 is what I'm looking at. Break above that, get a close above that, a daily close above that, and I don't know. I don't think we come back down and crack below this low. I really don't. I think that we've chopped in this range, and as long as we come up and we start putting in higher lows and higher highs, I mean, I just don't see it. Because it took so much sell pressure, billions of dollars. So this move from here, from 38K to all the way to this one right here, this one only took roughly $400 million or something like that. Whereas every single bit of this was billions and billions of dollars, like to try and push the price down. So that just tells me that there's been a lot of absorption at this level, meaning buyers absorbing the sellers, and we're just creating a nice inverse head and shoulders in here. And yes, an inverse head and shoulders can come at the top of a move, like as far as coming into it. We can see an inverse head and shoulders, and then we can see the breakout to the upside. I think we are wrapping this thing up here real soon. I think that was the last liquidation flush that we needed, and price has been holding. It's following exactly what I thought it would do, so why wouldn't it just continue to do what I thought it was going to do? It took a little longer than I... Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I've
been watching the total too. I've been watching the total too, really close, and I'm sure you've seen me talk about it on the show. But
yeah,
I've been watching the total too to see like how the alts are performing for valuation wise against Bitcoin, and we're holding really good on the line that needs to hold. That, you know, the line in the sand, if you will.
Yeah,
we've been holding that really well. So when you get done with your thing, I'll show you what the chart that I'm looking at on that. So
I've already got you pulled up, brother. What's that
Oh,
ribbon?
okay, cool.
What's that ribbon you have on there?
This big one?
Yeah.
That's a Gaussian channel, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a Gaussian channel, and I'm looking at this on logarithmic so that I can get these, you know, big moves. But you can see here in the last cycle, let me let me get rid of the Mexican spaghetti here. By the way, keep OC in your thoughts this week. He's down there and looking like by Friday next week, a hurricane might be hitting right where he's at in Mexico.
Oh.
So, yep.
Send your
speaking
thoughts
of Mexican
and
spaghetti.
yeah.
You know.
Yeah, keep OC in your thoughts, guys. Yeah, for sure. We want to see OC be safe. He's a good dude, man.
For sure.
I love that guy.
Yeah. So yeah. last cycle, going back to 2018 all the way into like 2020, you can see here that this is total two. And for those that don't know, total two is the total market cap excluding Bitcoin. So it gives you an idea of the strength of the alts in comparison to Bitcoin's price, right? And you can see that we go into this nice cup of price action, given, you know, support along the way. The top of this was support. It comes through, it breaks it, goes into this cup accumulation, breaks out, retest, and moves its way up. And, you know, that last cycle, that was a $1.6 trillion move in altcoins, which was a growth rate on alts of 1,350% move. And then if you go to the new cycle that we're in, you can see that again, we had that test of that support range, comes up, breaks into it. We had a little outlier here, but for the most part, price stayed clean inside the cup of that deviation, does a breakout, retest it. And so that's what I've been watching here, is that we hold that line of support on the total market cap too. Because doing so should lead to what we've seen previously, which is that massive run up there. I don't think it's going to be 1,350. I'm thinking around
yeah.
Like 350, 370%, which would still put the altcoins, the last time I checked, around $5 trillion, man. It's way up there. Let me pull it and see if I can grab another one here. Price range from this level, 350, which 350 is like 4.1 trillion. And that, about 400 range is about $4.5 trillion going in. So into just altcoins, which would mean, again, another parabolic run up. And if Bitcoin is performing like it should in a cycle, because remember, we're still early in the cycle, guys. So, you know, if Bitcoin's doing what it's doing, alts have a significant run up to make here, repeating history. And even if we go back here, you know, we did the same thing back here. There's a little, I don't have it drawn in. I don't have it built in, but you can see the nice little cup there. You know, there was the top of it. There was the top of it. There's the breakout, and then up it goes, So I mean,
You even get a little
watching
bit
this
of that.
closely on the pattern.
You even get a little bit of that pullback right there too, right before it really
Yep.
takes off.
Yep. So I'm watching it right here at that level. So
Blacky Chen asks, how big of an impact do you think the election will have on the length and strength of the bull run?
well, typically, and historically, when we have a split House and Senate on an election year, assets continuing to make, and I've said this since December last year. I've been saying this to anybody and everybody who asks me that question. We will make new all-time highs continuously throughout the year. Now we've seen that on the stock market. We just need that we need that risk level, that risk on sentiment to move up a little bit, because right now it's pretty low with people having fear of the economy, inflation, what's going on at the Fed Reserve. But as soon as we break that threshold of risk on sentiment, I do believe that Bitcoin's going to follow suit with it also. But as of right now, like the S&P, the Dow Jones, we've made new all-time highs over and over and over again this year. And I think we'll have that all the way up through the election. We just need that risk on sentiment to slide a little bit on that threshold, so that people will start putting into crypto also, because it's a riskier asset. So a lot of people, that if that threshold of how much risk they're willing to take, if that threshold is, above where Bitcoin is a comfortable buy, then we're not going to see it do that yet. But right now, it's right there at that cusp. So
in my personal opinion, I don't think elections have too much of a consequence on markets. I think markets are their own living, breathing thing. I think monetary policy has way more to do with markets than anything else. So,
well, that's why I said it's about the House and the Senate being split.
right.
Because people know that nothing can change. So
Right.
you can do things with the House. You can do things in the beginning of a 4-year term as president with a split House and Senate.
Mhm.
It's the fact that you've got a split House and Senate in an election year, so they can't do any major, executive orders and stuff like that, will really freak people out in an election year. And with the split House and Senate, it means they can't really do anything,
Yeah.
which means the government's not going to screw up anything in the next year. So that's what it's about, is the split House and the Senate during an election year, not the election of that election year.
Right.
So,
yeah, that makes sense, because
which means they can't change monetary policy, right?
right. Yeah, and I mean, that just goes back to that's basically an argument for like the sentiment, or that's something that I have said in the past, that so when it comes to like the Fed funds rate and why it seems like the market tends to be negative whenever they're changing the policy a little bit, you kind of see a little bit of this risk off, because it's kind of uncertain. There's an uncertainty to what the Fed is going to do. So the market just kind of goes risk off. And then once there's a little bit of certainty with where we're heading and what the data is looking like, then we get a little more risk on. So certainty and uncertainty, it's just all, man, it's all feels. It's the sentiment of everything.
For sure.
So I need everybody to start feeling bullish. Okay, that's what we need. So,
There's no place like all-time high. There's no place like all-time high.
exactly. Is that you getting all the alerts, or is that me?
That's you, bro. It ain't me.
I'm getting crazy. Somebody's going crazy. Somebody's chatting up a storm or something. I don't know. Anywho, what else? Somebody was asking about something else. Injective? Yeah. Hod Store.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on, Hod Store? He said, we're going to 0. Yeah, right.
Injective's still holding steady here in the platinum pocket, man. We keep getting rejection on the dynamic reactor, which is, very powerful algorithmic moving average tool here. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4 rejections on that. So, but it's starting to squeeze down. You can see we got this downward angle on it. It's coming down just a little bit, holding this 887 platinum pocket pretty strong. We did have a little breakdown of it here. But yeah, overall, I think that Injective's looking poised. You can see we got the uptrend arrow here. We are starting to get a flip of the ribbon here. We're starting to get some green candles on the Heikinashi RSI Prime. Mind you, we did have it here, and it just went sideways, but that's fine. We can go sideways in here and let this cool way off, just like this whole period here. That ribbon and the Oscillator Pro just keeps coming down, cooling off, where it's not so overbought. And we've just stayed sideways. So let us go sideways for another week, and then let all of these cool off into deep bullish areas. And I think we've got another move coming up here.
Can you
looking like that there? So
can you go drop down to the hourly on that real quick? I want to see that low right there, that local low, and I want to see.
Yeah, let me clean off some Mexican spaghetti off your plate here.
Where that max profit is. I want to see. Are there equal lows down in there?
Nope.
Oh. So it might not come down and take that out.
Just pull a fixed range volume profile on there and see what that does.
Yeah. BC Port Corp, Blackie Chan says, I'm finally swapped out of ADA and into Injective as of this morning. He also said 53 members of Congress are up for vote and 8 in the Senate at the same time as the president.
That's a lot.
It is a lot. I mean, that's 8% of the Senate. 53 members of Congress. How many members in Congress? Oh, gosh, so much FUD. The end is near. Calm down, people. All right, so we have our fixed range volume profile. Did you freeze on me?
Nope.
Oh, okay. So we
Nope,
have
just looking at my transactions over here that I got going.
So we've got that point of control right down there. Is that what I'm looking at?
Yeah, we got a point of control right there, coming in at about $21.12. So,
And we're bearishly back testing the dynamic reactor, it looks like.
Yep, and the value area high. So,
yeah, I could see some sideways chop, maybe one more little dip down, and then, yeah.
it's not looking too bad, especially on the 4-hour. I mean, look at the
4 hour
daily here. You look at the daily here, the daily's looking pretty decent. I mean, we do have a red candle that is printed here for indicating maybe another turn down. But I mean, honestly, if we break 1849, it's game over on Injective right now. So on the short term. So
yeah. I agree with that. What are you thinking about is Cardano gonna do anything this bull run?
I called Cardano a long time ago to go to 24 cents. Do you remember that? And I got all that flack in my comments on my video.
I remember a little bit of that. Yes, I remember that.
Yep.
Y'all say a lot of stuff, and I listen to you every day, so it's hard to remember everything.
It was up in here losing the golden pocket back in May that I said that. And then it did this, and everyone was like, ah. And I was like, no, it ain't over yet, though, bro. We're not getting anything. We hit that point, and we were maxed out on all of the oscillators. Like, it's got no more energy. And then all of a sudden, all of this happened. So
it's got no legs.
That's the problem. People talk about price action, and people go in and go, let me go look on the 3-minute time.
Oh,
it's looking good, man. Like
3 minute looks super bullish, bro.
It's looking good.
It's looking
We're
good.
down in the 4-hour here. We had a chance to go bullish and got rejected perfectly on that dynamic reactor.
Yeah, poor Ada.
I will point out though that the 786
It's holding.
Platinum Pocket is the saving grace right now. So we'll see. We'll see if this rejection back down. It's going to retest it again. And if it loses that, I'm looking at 24 cents. I got it listed right there. It's the 1-to-1, 24.2 cents. And it runs over to this whole range of support. That's where I have that from. Is that right there? You see all that?
Is
see
that
all
the
that
like
support text?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is that the bear market lows down there?
That is the bear market lows, bro.
Oof. Oof.
And that is only from where we are currently. Yeah, I sold half of my
Like
ADA
33%.
into Injective and Ondo when it was in the golden pocket. So
Nice.
yeah, that's a 37% move to that level from where we currently are.
It's a pretty big drop. Looks like it might be trying to bear flag out there a little bit.
Yeah. Not pretty, man.
No, but ADA runs, ADA, XRP, what other ones? There's a bunch of coins that a handful anyway that run last but run really hard. So I don't know. Just kind of waiting and seeing. I'd like to see on a lot of these alts. I'm just looking for like a 5-wave impulse to the upside right now. I mean, if we're looking at that ADA chart back on like the 4-hour, it's just looking like I'm seeing on that one move up that you said everybody's getting bullish on. I just saw an ABC correction. It didn't look like an impulsive move to the upside. So,
here,
yeah, that one right there.
Yep.
That just, I mean,
yeah, that one caused all kinds of flack. That one caused all kinds of flack in my comments when I said 24-cent ADA,
that one
inbound.
right there, yeah.
Right there. Yep.
But then you have that ABC to the upside. See, that's the corrective structure. We want to see the impulses, but we want like this one after this correction right here. They can see what I'm seeing. After this correction right here, we would have wanted to see this keep going, but when this came back down and crossed into the high over here, this then becomes a corrective structure, and then that means we're going down lower. So that's what I think on that. Check sold, please, says Wunderbar. All right, what is Retro Mike Techman saying? With KAS, keep in mind today is an open beta for KRC. There will be issues. Issues are expected. It's not production ready, but nobody was willing to test at load in testnet, so they were forced mainnet. Oh, what? It's basically doing testing in mainnet. It may take days or weeks to work out any issues. They opted to open it up to testing for everyone instead of keeping it private. Markets may negatively react without understanding the phase we're in.
Yep, absolutely. I'm still super bullish on KAS. Don't get me twisted. But
Yeah.
I did see that when we had those issues this morning, I was like, this is heading down. Matter of fact, Crux in our Discord actually brought it up. Let me see if I can find it here, what he said.
That Solana looks corrective. That does not. I don't.
He said, "Here, you don't have my screen share, do you?"
Yeah. Do I need to move it?
Okay. Oh, no, it's fine. So I said, KRC 20, Crux said at everyone, KRC 20 launch was a failure. Network was way too congested. Caspa proposes 700 transactions per block at 1 block per second for 700 TPS. It's been ranged between 2 TPS and as high as 50 on the Explorer, and he's got the link there for it. Caspa's beginning to sell off. These are both third-party Casplex and Casware. However, it's the mainnet fault. Most likely because some of the projects were able to deploy correct, but we just can't mint. As far as price action, it's looking bearish within the last hour, so wouldn't be surprised to see a huge fall in price. As a trader, I'd be shorting this. If nobody can mint today, nobody will be buying Caspa for a while. And this was at 9 a.m. this morning, my time, so this was about an hour ago that was put in. So yeah, we were talking about it in our community over there, and I protected my KAS gains by moving it all over into Bitcoin for now. So there you go.
Heck yeah.
Looking at Solana though, let's take a look at the Soul Train. We are right now. You guys hear me talk about testing this dynamic reactor all the time. We are testing it right now. So it does look like we got a flip of the ribbon. However, it's kind of a goose head. You can see the last time we had a goose head here, it did a little pump up and came down even lower. I'm thinking that this is going to do the same thing, and we're going to get a little bit more movement down. I don't know that it's going to make a new lower low. It might actually make a nice little head and shoulders here and retest this 236 at 140. So that's what I'm seeing there on the 4 hour.
Hey, why don't you tell the beautiful people what you got going on Tuesday?
Tuesday
evening.
Let me show you what I got going on Tuesday. Yes. Let me go to my bookmarks here.
I just thought about it, so I was like, hey.
There you go.
Get ready for Blazing Tuesday night. Oh, wait. Just going to play it. There we go. Is there sound?
There should be sound on my end, but I don't know that this. But it is.
Heck yeah.
So yeah, that is it. It is the Blazing Tuesday night. It is going to be the Piper Academy join the elite ranks of the Piper Army's finest crypto traders. We dive deep into the market pulse. So yeah, I'm going to be headlining season 2 premiere of Billy Goat Tales on Tuesday night, along with my amazing team over there on Piper Academy. So it's going to be a good time. So
yeah, you got Crux, you got Treyfly, you got OC guy, Army Piper, all in the same place, all talking. Is OC going to be there?
Yep, OC is going to be there.
Sweet. So yeah, Piper Academy on Billy Goat Tales Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. On Twitter Spaces. Let's go.
Yeah, it's going to be good. We're excited about it and completely honored and humbled that they're leading us out the gate on season 2. So looking forward to it. It's going to be a great time. So
heck yeah, bro. Do you have anything else that's caught your interest? Anything new? Have you been looking at anything new lately on the coin side?
Man, I'm just watching, the ASI merger coming up. We start that tomorrow. So Fetch AI, AGIX Singularity, and Ocean Protocol all by July 15th should all be ASI. It's starting off with like AGIX moving over the Fetch and Ocean Protocol moving the Fetch at a percentage ratio, and then Fetch goes 1-to-1 transfer to ASI. So everything's merging in the Fetch, and the Fetch is merging into what will be the ASI token, which is all 3 of those tokens combined, and that will be the new token starting July 15th. So I'm just watching that. There was a lot of sell-off going on with AGIX and Ocean Protocol and Fetch. So I did protect some of those funds and sell them off to move them over into Bitcoin until the ASI merger, especially on Coinbase, because Coinbase is not going to facilitate that merger. You're going to have to do it all yourself. So a lot of people were just selling it until they can buy ASI. Instead of losing valuation, unrealized profits. So I just figured I would half step that and do some of that with some of mine, but the rest of it I'll try to figure out how to do the ASI merger. So hey.
Do you have any idea why Coinbase isn't doing that?
Because they're jerks.
I was
I
just
don't
one.
know. Actually, I think what it is, because you can't get AGIX on there, so they already don't
Right.
support AGIX, and I think they're worried about what will happen if they list
Legally.
ASI, which is part of AGIX, and it hasn't met their threshold of vetting yet.
Mhm.
So I think they're just not going to play that game until they know more certainty on regulation of listing that token. The last thing they want right now is another SEC lawsuit for, hey, that's a security. So
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. It's like it's got to be some legal stuff. They're concerned. They don't want to get slapped with another lawsuit, especially since they just said that they're suing the SEC. So
right, exactly.
and the
Well, I'll see your
FDIC.
lawsuit, raise your lawsuit.
Yep. Yeah, they're suing the SEC and the FDIC. So, yeah, and then I also saw that the Ethereum applications were delayed or something until July 8th.
Mm-hmm.
The resubmissions or something. So
Yep.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
probably.
I think we end July to the upside. I really do.
I do too.
There's my Ondo setup that I've moved. Remember I said I sold half of my ADA and I moved it into injective and Ondo.
Mm-hmm.
Ondo looking very strong on my line of support here, so I'll take it.
What do
I'll
you think
take it.
about and you taking some AI plays? Since Fetch and Ocean and AGIX are all kind of gonna be going through their little thing, I am looking at GRT, the graph, if I can find
Yep,
it.
I know the graph. I've got the graph from way back, bro. It was from free.
Yeah, we got
earn to learn on
yeah,
Coinbase back in the day.
yeah, yep.
That's the only GRT I own.
That's funny. Yeah, that's the
No,
first time
Render's
that
what I'm watching.
yeah, that was the first time that I heard of the graph was, and I did the learn to earn on Coinbase, and man, I wish I would have held on to that for a little while longer. But yeah,
Right.
what do you got up? You got Render.
Yeah, I'm watching Render.
I like Render.
Yeah, I'm watching Render. Yep. That's I think that's going to be the play that a lot of people move over into until the ASI dust settles. And we're in a really solid spot right now. I mean, if you take a look here at this fixed range volume profile, this is the point of control running right here at the top of the golden pocket, right there. And then we've got the value area low that has been tested twice. And we've got the golden pocket, we've got the value area low, that point of control, and we're coming in on this. I think I think sometime here in the next week or so, we're going to see a breakup, and it's this is going to go in through here. I think it might come down and touch that value area low again, but once it breaks that dynamic reactor there, it's go time. So
Let's go Render. Yeah, I like Render too. Render, Ondo, like two of the ones that you've mentioned, I really like. Render, Ondo, Link. There was another one. Render, Ondo, Link, and I can't think of it right now. But there's a few that I'm watching very closely. Starting to look at very closely. Why can't I think of the fourth one? I have to pull my stuff up. You see the H bar?
Yep.
One more question. Can you share your expectations of the top bull market price for H bar? Look at that liquidity grab.
Honestly, man, we've got to get back above even the platinum pocket and the golden pocket before we can even consider that this was not the all-time high. I like H bar. I own H bar. It's in my portfolio, but not overly impressed with what's been going on right here. We've got some key levels that we have definitely got to break through before I can get bullish on this again. So,
yeah. So H bars, I mean, they had that little pump because people thought that they partnered with BlackRock when really they had just when really they're just going to be facilitating some of their transactions or something with
exactly
real world assets. So,
Yep.
so yeah, nice liquidity grab there, guys. Thanks for doing that. I sold my H bar at the top, says Blackie Chan.
Blackie Chan also asked me about doing that spot on the show. Absolutely, bro. I think, let me look at my calendar here.
Hey, I asked you for a spot. I'll ask you for a spot first. No.
Are you off this week?
I'm off Thursday and Friday, just like Blackie Chan.
So Thursday and Friday is what?
The 4th
and the 5th. Well, I've got, let me check. I got to see when I've got Amy Lives Crypto on. Got to check my messages here. She messaged me and said, hey, let's do this date. So, she's on the 4th of July. So she's on Thursday. So, you guys said Thursday and Friday, both of you?
Yeah.
Well, what we could do is we could do a 5-man show and just highlight, Givers Gain Friday and have you guys both on.
I'm cool with it as long as Blackie Chan's cool with it. We can talk about the sandbox.
So let me know, BC.
LBC and BC co-stars together. LOL. That's what Blackie Chan said.
I like it. Yeah, we'll get you guys on. We'll do it on Friday. I'll do a 5-person setup and we'll have everyone on.
5-man Friday. Let's go.
5-man Friday. That's right.
Let's try to keep it organized. My daughters.
I did a good job of running a 5-man show for the Bitcoin all-time high video. So the 2025 price prediction. So I'm pretty sure I can handle it.
I'm pretty sure. He said he would love that. So there we go.
All right. Cool. So Friday, there you guys go. LBC and BC Port Court, Blackie Chan and David, both going to be on Friday on Piper Academy, and we'll have a 5-man Friday show. And it's going to be a good time. So,
lit.
I love it. Lit. It's going to be
man.
lit. I'm bringing on Blackie Chan, the Grizzly Bear. So
who all you got coming on this week? Just ALC or Amy Loves Crypto and us?
Amy Loves Crypto for a 4th of July Freedom Money Festival, and then you guys on Friday. So that's it.
Sweet. Yeah, man. I'm ready for the 4th.
Trying to get TA Tim to come on. Like, hey Tim, you may remember me. I used to be on your show. You wanna come over? You wanna come over, Mr. 25,000 subscribers?
Yeah, I was about
and do
to
a guest
say.
spot on my show.
Congrats to the investing bros breaking 25,000 followers.
Yeah,
Ooh.
It's incredible. I love it. I love seeing it, man. Love to see success in the space.
Now I definitely gotta manicure the beard, says BC Portcorp, says Blackie Chan.
Speaking of all of that, it is past 10 o'clock here in my time, and my wife has been waiting for the spa to open. So we are off to get a couple of spa treatments and a pedicure. So
heck yeah, bro. That's awesome. Well,
this is what you do when you're retired. You do what your wife wants to do.
Yeah,
that's what you do.
Exactly. Retired. That's freaking any day. What are you talking about? But anyway, yeah.
And at retirement, it focuses completely on that. You can't use the excuse of work anymore.
Oh yeah.
So.
Well, I appreciate you coming on, brother, and sharing your charts and all that stuff. So that's awesome. Sharing some thoughts and sharing the alpha as always. So yeah, thank you for coming on. And yeah, guys, go over to Piper Academy. Subscribe to the channel. Really good friends of the show. Love these guys so much. And yeah, any parting words, sir?
Trade safe and use the stop loss.
I knew it was coming. Thanks, man.
Yep. Later, brother.
Later. All right, Army Piper in the house. That's what's up. That's why we do this, guys. That's why we do this. Got the Army Piper on. Hope you guys enjoyed that. That was dope. Love having Army Piper on. And we got a spot on the show. Let's go. Let's go. Friday with Blackie Chan? What? It is going to be crazy. Let's go. All right. So Bitcoin, what are we looking like? Death. I think we have already gone over Bitcoin. Anything else, guys? Anything else? We are over an hour. So, yeah, we can go over some stuff. Piper went over all the charts, man. What else? What else can we do? What else can we do? Do we need any more analysis? So I'm just looking at this range right here. We are at the value area low. I would like to pierce above that this week, and I think we will. I think we will get that piercing above here. I don't know if you guys remember or not, but I was talking about last week how on the daily, what I really wanted to see on Tuesday after we had that big dump was that I wanted to see this candle body. I wanted to see 50% of this candle body on Tuesday. I wanted to see a close above it, and that is what we got. We got a close above it. Yes, we did correct for the rest of the week. However, we did get that close above it. Obviously, some heavy wicking in here, but we did come back down, sweep the Tuesday low, and then have since been kind of moving to the upside. So just want to see some continuation on that. It is Sunday. It is June 30th. We are at the end of the week, end of the month, end of the quarter, end of the half, and some things actually, their yearly cycle is actually from July to July. So we're actually kind of at the year of a year over year on that as well. So things are looking good. We've put in a higher low here on the daily. We dropped down to the 4. We're putting in that higher low. Now I'm just looking for us to come in and take out this high right here. And then we have a higher high where we have low, high, low, higher high. Then we can come down, get a higher low, and then we're just putting in those higher lows to the upside and those higher highs. And a lot of people will see this as a possible bear flag, and it is. It is a possible bear flag. So the next step would be for us to make sure that we round up and continue and not break down. Okay? This is what we want to see, this, not this. So that is what I am essentially looking for from Bitcoin. Now, also what I want to see, we are on the 4 hour. So I also want to see how we have this kind of impulsive move somewhat to the upside here. And then we get a pullback. Now I want to see an impulsive move where actually we are taking out this high. And then, because if we only come up here and then we come back down and we come into the territory of wave 1, then this is just another corrective structure, okay? This right here, not here. Let me back up. Back up. So this right here, if we just came up to here like this, and then we came back down and we crossed into the territory of wave 1, well, then we're probably looking at just an ABC, and that means that bear flag is more likely in play. So we actually kind of want to see this next leg come up a little higher, okay? So we want to see us come up here, maybe get up to the 0.5 of the range at 65,200, so we can get above these highs, and then that would give us a longer wave 3 to where we can pull back down for wave 4, and then we can push higher for wave 5. So impulsive moves, quick, energetic moves to the upside is what we're wanting to see. We're not wanting to, we are not wanting to see any more corrective type of structures in here, to the upside, that is. We can get the corrective structures to the downside with your ABC to the downside, okay, when it comes to your market structure. But when it comes to this part, we want to see 5 wave impulses to the upside. We don't want to see 3 waves to the upside. If it's 3 waves, it's not good. That's not what we want to see. We want Bitcoin to start putting in those quick, impulsive moves, just like this, that right there. And then more impulse. We can come over here to, let's come back over here, down here. I mean, doesn't get much more impulsive than this, right? So what I could see as happening this week is we actually come up and we do take out all those highs I was looking at, and then we get a nice correction, but then we push higher, like crazy high like this. I want to see more, or something that is more similar to what we're looking at today. This is kind of more similar to what we're looking at today because we do have this low here. We come up, put in another high, then we come in and put in another low. So this is kind of what we're looking at right now. So I don't think we'll come back down and take out this low on our current chart. So if we come over here, if I can drag it. Where am I? Where am I? There we go. So that would be like coming in here and taking out this low. If I zoom out a little bit, there we go. Taking out this low, I don't know that we'll do it, but I could see a scenario where we do have a move up and then we come back down and we come back down, don't take out that low, but we do come back down and scare everybody again, okay? So, but this would just be part of a larger, so if this was a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this came up and then we rolled over, and then that would be like, this is wave 1, and then this is just a wave 2 correction, pullback. And then we would move on to wave 3, which would take us even higher, probably breaking into new all-time highs. And then we get the correction wave 4, and then a wave 5 to the upside. So do not be surprised if Bitcoin does something like this, is what I'm saying. If it does something like this, does a little bounce, as long as it doesn't set a new low, and we are seeing some impulsive moves to the upside, then we could definitely end July very in the green and start seeing that expansion in Q3 that I have been thinking that we will be seeing for like the past month now. Is that expansion comes in Q3. We see that expansion in quarter 3 of this year. Wrap up this this consolidation range, and then just head on to the upside. That's what we're looking for. Take out these equal highs up here at 72K, and then just keep on keeping on. Keep on keeping on. That's what I am looking at on Bitcoin. Let's go look at Tesla, because I did point this out last week, how we were creating this triangle, and I was like, it's looking like it wants to break out. And sure enough, it did. So if you caught that, heck yes, because I don't do a lot of stocks, but the stocks are so flippin' easy. It's kind of ridiculous. I mean, stocks just play patterns almost like to the T, guys. Like, it's kind of crazy. Should probably start doing more stock trading, because they absolutely love the patterns. Now, this is without the extended trading hours. So if we add that to it, we can see a little better, a little more price action with the extended trading hours. Because it takes in the post and pre-market trading. It gives you all that data too, all those candles. And there we go. So yeah, that would have been a nice, I mean, I think it was the very next day that I was pointing out Tesla that it went on a move. I mean, that's a nice 8.6% move. Let's go ahead and go over to my trading home, and let's take a look at some other things like the Dixie. Let's take a look at the Dixie. What are we looking like over here? Don't forget, guys, don't forget to like the stream. And also, if you want to come and join the show, come join the Discord and hop in. go down to the voice channels, go to swim, and come join me. Before I wrap this up, because I might be wrapping it up soon. But yeah, so hoping to get a little bit of a pullback maybe on the Dixie this week so that Bitcoin can get the show on the road, right? And then we can have that possibly that bounce that I was talking about, that bounce that looks like this, right? That comes back down, well, but doesn't set a new low. So that's the current low, but comes back down. I could see that coming right here for on the Dixie. I can make that like right here where we get the bounce on that pullback on the Dixie. And then once it pushes up to try and take out these equal highs, that's when we get that pullback on Bitcoin, but it doesn't set a new low. That's our wave 2, and then we can push to the upside. So that is what I'm looking, that's what I want to see on the Dixie. That's what I would, that's just what I would like to see. NIO is a stock to watch, says Blackie Chan of Tesla, is going to be moving on up. NIO. Let's go over here. Ignore the XRP chart. The never-ending triangle of death on XRP. So why is this one to watch? Start up here, come down here, down 95%. What happened to this stock? Did it die? Have to look into that one. Let's go over to GME, see what GME is doing these days. I haven't even been paying attention to it. Not much. So much for those options expiring and it going to the moon, right? I mean, it did have this breakout finally. Alternative to Tesla. Okay. Thought I heard something on Discord. Nope, nobody's there. All right. Stop. Ethereum. Still have not gone down to the level that I thought it would, and it might not do that. It might not come down here or down here because we have been bouncing off of this. We did get a bounce off of this value area high of this previous range down here, this lower boundary, this lower range. So we did get a bounce off of that. Perhaps we do see, if Bitcoin does that thing that I was talking about, that rollover, maybe it puts in that lower low. But with Ethereum, if it puts in that lower low like this, and Bitcoin is putting in that higher low, with these two large assets that are highly correlated, if they do something different on a high time frame like the daily, if they do something opposite of each other, like you have the Ethereum come down and it creates that lower low, but you have Bitcoin do the opposite where it comes down and it creates a higher low. This is called, on two highly correlated assets, this is what we would call SMT divergence. So this is just a way to look at divergences in a market without needing an oscillator. So when you have an SMT divergence, you can expect for prices to turn around or reverse, just reverse in general from wherever they currently are. An example of this, let me see if I can, let's do this. Let's do Bitcoin. Let's put this on the daily. All right, let's see. Let's get these times lined up. Right there. A little tighter. Right there. Pretty close. All right, so let's get rid of some. We go to a clean Ethereum chart real quick. Bitstamp. There we go. All right. So let's see this high here. So we have this high here, this high here. Notice Bitcoin right here, or Ethereum rather, put in the higher high. And Bitcoin put in the lower high. So that is an SMT divergence. That showed that the market was overall, in general, bearish. Now we did the exact same thing right here, where Bitcoin put in a higher high right here relative to this high right here. And then, but Ethereum put in a lower high. So more SMT divergence. And then what happened after that? Downside, downside. Okay. So that is SMT divergence between two different assets. Trying to find maybe a bullish one. See it more so on like a 4 hour. So let's go ahead and go down to the 4 hour. And let's see if we can find one where we got like a bounce where we saw a different price action on both, but they both ended up bouncing. Let's see. Higher, high, high, high. At a low, at a low. So, yep, here's one right here. So we can see we got this lower low right there. And then, so this is right after that. Bitcoin put in a higher low. And then you have bullish price action for both following that. Okay? So you can look at two different assets to find divergences in their price, specifically Bitcoin and Ethereum. They're highly correlated, so we're going to put those together, and then we're going to see is there any divergence in their price action between the two. If there is, then we can look for reversals from those levels, wherever they are. If they're at the highs, then we're looking for downside. If they're at the lows, then we're looking for upside. So just a little bit of SMT divergence there. So yeah, looking good, guys. Looking good. If we can do that over here, that would be fantastic. And let's see, we have this low, this low to this low, this low, this low to this low here. See how this one moves up and this one moves down. So that is a bullish SMT divergence. And it's bullish on both assets. Not just Bitcoin, but on both assets. So we do have a 4 hour SMT divergence, bullish SMT divergence on Bitcoin and Ethereum. So yeah, I think things are looking good, guys. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I appreciate each and every single one of you for joining me today. Don't forget to hit that like button on your way out. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your... Let me look at one thing real quick because, well, the weekend's almost done. So enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I want to go to the weekly. And let's see. A close above this low is all we really want. This is still Ethereum. Let me come back over here to Bitcoin. So on this one, a close above this low right here. We're getting that. A close above these candle bodies is really what we want. So a close above 61. What's the open here? The open here was 61,453. So a close above 61,453 today is what we would really want to see. We really want to see a close above that level there. So we've got 7.5 hours to go in the week. So let's see some bullish price action to end the week, that would be great. It'd be awesome to start it with some bullish price action, but we'll see. But thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate, again, every single one of you. Mad love. And I will see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning. 5:30 or 5:45, one of the two. Looks like I've been hitting 5:45 a lot. So, but yeah, thank you guys. Hit that like button on your way out. I appreciate every single one of you for joining me. Have a wonderful, amazing, radical rest of your day. Ride the waves. Peace out.